and read all the books you want and go to all the neonatal classes and take all the helpful advice in the world, but nothing really prepares you for your own little baby and a life who depends on you for existence.
Samuel and Jennifer Gibson are the proud new parents of baby Rosa. Samuel is determined to be an active, hands-on dad, and that includes changing nappies.
Right from the get-go, when I first met Sam, he's always said that there's a way to do everything. And it may not be the conventional way, and it may take a while to figure it out, but there's always a way.
Samuel was born with Osteogenesis Imperfecta, or brittle bone disease.
It's just a defect in the collagen. Collagen is the fibre which makes up your bone or gives it its strength. When I was born, the midwife who delivered me promptly tipped me upside down and patted me on the back, and doing that she broke my femurs. So I guess I had a little bit of a rough start in life, and then from then on, when I was very young, my bones were very, very fragile. Fortunately, OI is a condition which it does almost settle down. My bones did become stronger as I got older, so I'm as strong now as I've ever been.
Having a child of his own has given Samuel a new perspective on his disability.
And I guess it's given me a more of an understanding of what my parents went through when I was a baby. It must have been very, very hard.
Attitude first met Samuel and Jennifer 2 years ago when the couple were busy enjoying the outdoors together and only dreaming of starting a family. Now that Rose has arrived, they're having to find their pleasures closer to home. They're both real foodies and keen cooks.
Yeah, rather than the sort of long dinners that take 2 or 3 hours to prepare, we're just more of a stack together, fresh pasta or something like that. Still works for us. Yeah.
Hi guys, did we have a look?
Good afternoon. Oh, this is going great. It's all going great. We're just loving it.
Samuel enjoys being weekend chef, and Rose is keen on her tucker too.
He's always been a good little feeder, but yeah, it's quite all-consuming, isn't it?
That's right. We are both probably more sleep-deprived than we've ever been, but I certainly can't complain.
Having children has been on their agenda since they were married 6 years ago.
Oh, the first 12 weeks of our pregnancy, we kept it to ourselves, as you do, and they were very special times when it's only us that knows what's happening. And then it was great to be able to tell the family that we were going to have a baby. But that itself, that was okay.
Yeah. Didn't go exactly as planned, but that's okay. You can't plan these things. Got a safe baby and a safe mum, so that's what's the important thing.
Rosa's birth ended up being a caesarian.
It wasn't too scarring.
Not for you.
Yeah, that's right.
I got a little bit of a scar.
No, it was good. It was very exciting, and just that first bellow that she gave, I'll never ever forget it. In my family, I'm the only one with Osteogenesis Imperfecta. Brittle Bones is a genetic disorder, so there was lots of things we needed to learn and to know before we started a family, and here we are with a healthy, happy little girl. Rosa doesn't carry the gene.
The two of them met backpacking on the Mekong Delta.
He just has a spark about him that quite a good wit, a good sense of humour, and just the way he handles himself, really.
Samuel's brittle bones weren't a hurdle for her.
I think it was, I love this band, and it was a complete package. Moving to New Zealand was probably the biggest thing, and probably the biggest thing for my family.
But her parents did have some concerns when she first told them about Samuel.
So, you always you want what's best for your daughter, and imagine her being cared for by an able-bodied person. You wouldn't envision Samuel right off, but once Samuel came to Canada and spent time with my family, they fell in love with him, and very quickly you don't see his wheelchair anymore, and you just see him for who he is.
One thing that does grate on me a little is people learning Jen as a nurse think, oh, well, it's lovely, but you've married someone who can look after you. I don't get any nursing at home. I don't get any special looking after. All right, Jen, are you ready for some dinner?
Rosa's got plenty to say for herself. She's slept through the night again. Samuel's ability to be an active father relies on the versatility of his wheelchair.
Okay.
He developed this chair with a mechanical engineer friend after finding regular models too restrictive. It's now manufactured by a Swedish wheelchair company and sold worldwide.
Still, I reckon.
You're still a bit hungry, sweetie?
Pretty hungry, sweet pea.
Getting right to the floor is very, very key. It's a key feature for me. I can lie on the ground and play with my little girl. I guess the one thing I can't do, and I have to be very careful, is I can't lift the baby. I wouldn't, just because I would hate for anything to happen.
I left your door open.
Happy time you told me.
That's right.
Their midwife has arrived for her last visit.
Can I have a look at you first?
Yeah, I'm just gonna get dressed.
All right, you
And I'll
go
come
and
back
get
out.
dressed. All right, no problem. Oh, look at that little one. Oh.
Time to check Rosa's progress.
Staff, Monica. I think there's a few.
Yeah.
Just a few.
Oh, Rosa. I wouldn't live down to that. She just reached 5 kilos. What have you been feeding her? Yeah, let her sleep past the night.
The midwife's verdict? Rosa and her parents are doing everything just right.
And good weight gain. Just leave her to sleep for the night.